Welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Derek. Today I want to talk about how you can get into hotshotting. And then at the end of this, I'll tell you how I got into hotshotting. I get this question asked a lot of times, and I feel like there's a few different ways to get into hotshotting. Most people that ask this just don't know where to start, so this video is going to be for the people that just have no clue which way to turn. I feel like in hotshotting, there's CDL drivers, then there's non-CDL drivers. In this video, I'm just going to tell you the bare minimum what you need to get into hotshotting. It seems like, from what I understand, a lot of hotshotters that are non-CDL use a single wheel pickup truck, and it might be a 3/4 ton or a full ton single wheel pickup truck. I definitely highly recommend the 8-foot bed. That's just, I don't know, my opinion. You're gonna have to change your license plate to a commercial plate, and you're gonna have the GVRW or whatever it's called changed to 26,000 pounds. I've been told by many people that a non-CDL driver can only pull or tow, whatever you want to call it, 10,000 pounds. So what you do is on you. You don't necessarily have to buy a pickup truck. You can always find a place that you could rent a truck for a certain amount of time. Some of those places do not make you do a contract, and you can lease it for a month if you wanted to. I feel like that is the best way to dip your toes in the water and see if it's something you might like or dislike. So that way you don't come out losing money on a truck you don't need anymore. In order to transport stuff legally, you're going to have to be leased to a company, or you're going to have to start your own trucking company and run under DOT numbers. Usually companies that you lease to want you to have some kind of experience pulling a trailer. If you get into RV transport and you want to pull a single trailer, that is probably one of the cheaper ways to start up in this. If you want to do a couple trailers at a time, some of these RV transport companies provide you with a trailer that you rent from them. And some RV transport companies will allow you to be a non-CDL driver when you do 2 trailers at a time. There are some hotshot companies that only do non-CDL drivers, so they are out there and you can find them. And then there's some hotshot companies that only hire CDL drivers, and then there's some other hotshot companies out there that hire both. It's a lot harder to find hotshot companies that will fit what you need than it is a trucking company, because there are far and few compared to trucking companies. The only suggestion I got for looking for hotshot companies is talking to other hotshot drivers that when you see them, or going to the internet using Google or Craigslist. You're also going to need to get your truck DOT inspected. You can usually get that done at places that sell semi-trucks that also work on the semi-trucks. The prices vary on that just depending on which place you go to. You're going to need proper safety equipment like a fire extinguisher that's for a vehicle, and you're going to have that mounted somewhere that's easily accessible. A lot of guys like myself have it mounted inside the bed of the pickup truck. You're also going to need 3 triangles. The kind of triangles that you sit on the road when you're broken down. Law enforcement, if you get pulled over or you go through the scales, they like to see that you have those. I will have a link in the description to our store, and it has some of those things in it. You don't necessarily have to buy it from us, but it gives you an idea what kind of prices you're looking at. I highly recommend you getting a truck driver GPS. You might have a GPS built in your pickup truck, but it is not meant for pulling a trailer. Those GPSs are more set up for cars. If you get a trucker's GPS, you can set it up for the weight of the total setup you have, so 26,000 pounds, and then if you're, we'll say 60 feet long or whatever, you can set that up usually in the GPSs too, and the GPS for the most part will give you a heads up, this is a no truck area, or you're too heavy for this general area, and it'll try to route you for a route that's better suited for you than it would be if you was just a regular car. I do want to let everybody know that we are selling hoodies and shirts. This one in the background says, I make my money one mile at a time. and you can find that at shoptruckandtravel.com. How I got started in hotshotting? Well, a few years ago we owned our own lawn care business, and it only lasted a couple years roughly. It was going too slow, so we got out of it. We wanted to cut ties. Basically, I used the miles I rode off on that. I kept track of all the miles, so I used that to apply for a RV transport company. I tried applying for 2 of them. The first one denied me, the second one hired me, and they still kind of questioned my ability to drive with a trailer, because the lawn care trailer I was using was only 14 foot long. But the shorter the trailer, the harder they are to back up. But nonetheless, that's how I got my foot in the door there. I was doing RV transport for roughly 7 months, I want to say. And so I did a little bit over 50 to 70,000 miles total actually pulling something, I want to say, somewhere in there. And then I went over to hotshotting. I applied for a company that was in the same state as me. They took only non-CDL drivers. They supplied trailers. With them I used a 29-foot trailer and a 35-foot trailer, gooseneck. I had to rent it from them, and they took care of the maintenance. I was scared to death of using a gooseneck because I only pulled 1/5 wheel doing RV transport. But it went good. I slowly got used to it. Didn't have a lot of training for strapping stuff down, so I had to prove myself in front of them. I had to get a load in front of them and strap it down, and then they again trained me for more strapping kind of situations and whatnot. So I was really thankful for that. I stayed with them for a couple months. It wasn't a good fit for me or them. It just, I don't know, it just felt like it was mostly due to personality clash. I found another company that was in Ohio. Again, they took non-CDL drivers, but this one took also CDL drivers. They did have some trailers for rent, but I would have to take care of the maintenance. So I signed on with them. I was with them for a couple months. I wasn't really liking how things were going, and it's mainly, I'm going to sum it down to probably both companies were slow on backhauls or getting loads, and I want to say that's because I was a non-CDL driver. I can't say that's a fact, but I'm sure that does help a lot. We just got our CDL and a bigger trailer, and I think that's going to open up so many more doors for us. If you thought this video was helpful, please share it with your friends that you think would help them out. Please subscribe to the channel, and please give it a thumbs up. It does help us out, and we do plan on having other videos that are similar to this one, along with our journey. We vlog a lot on some of our trips, so you'll be able to see the inside of what we go through. And if you do like our shirts or hoodies, please go to our store, shoptruckandtravel.com. Or if you just want to support the channel, just go to shoptruckandtravel.com. There's some other goodies there, like stuff we picked off Amazon. Might help you out. If you are currently driving or thinking about driving, leave a comment down below. Let us know what you're going through or what you're thinking about doing, or what you're using or what you're thinking about using.
Nothing can break me.